Welcome to This Week Inside Sim Racing mid-October edition. I'm Sean Cole with my good buddy,
Darren Ganji.
And This Week Inside Sim Racing is sponsored by iRacing.com, and you can get started for half off any membership right now by going to iRacing.com/half off to take advantage of that offer.
Half-off. We'll have a link in the description. But that offer expires October 31st, so take advantage of it if you want to. We also have another deal later in the show, too, we're going to tell you about. So first up on the show, lots going on in the last few weeks all over the development world, the sim racing development world. And first up, Project Cars has now reached a year in development. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. A year to the day?
Not today. It's been a little over a year now. And Big Build just came out. And in that last year, they've done 322 builds. So 365 days. Well, been a little bit more than that, but
you have weekends too.
True, but 322 builds, that's almost a build a day or more than a build a day, so those guys have been really going at it.
They definitely have. And one thing that they've added recently is multiplayer functionality for all full members, and that means thousands of members are now partaking in the multiplayer aspect of the game. Another thing that has been added is a preview version of the new tire model. The new scratch-built SETA, S-E-T-A, tire model will be replacing the original brush model.
That's right, and it's only available right now in the Formula A car, which is like the Formula 1 car. And I actually got to try it out a little bit, and definitely seems like they're going the right direction. I honestly didn't have time to dial it in, because every time they have a major new build, they say it's good to, they recommend that you replace your player file. Mm-hmm. And the UI's changed. They've made a lot of different changes, so didn't get to dial everything in, but I definitely noticed a difference in the feel of the tire.
Right on. To check out Project Cars, go to WMDportal.com, and you can see a little bit more about it there. Next up on today's show comes to us from RaceRoom, and they've actually released a new car for the RaceRoom teaser, and that's the Saline S7. They've also got a slightly new variation of the track that's ready to go, and that kind of gives you a little something else to play with as well. What's really cool about this is this game is actually self-uploading or updating, that's the word. And so if you log into Steam, it's just going to automatically download the car and that layout, and you can try it out for yourself.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it shows up when you boot up the game, it shows up under Bonus Challenge. All the original content's still there under Leaderboard Challenge, but under Bonus Challenge is that Saline and that new layout of the track. Also, they're kicking off a new closed beta program, I guess you can say, where they're going to need help testing, and they're asking for people to sign up for it. And there's two ways you can do it. One, we're going to have the link here in our description, or two, boot up RaceRoom, and there's a link right there in the user interface of the game that takes you to the form, right, that allows you to sign up to become a closed beta tester. So they're looking for applicants. It's not like you just sign up and you're automatically a tester. You need to apply. Actually, they're looking for you to get your DX Diag, which is diagnosis of DirectX. So you need to be able to know how to do that and send them that diagnosis or DX Diag file so you can be considered as a beta tester.
It means you're adding a value to them, though, like the word beta tester really means, though.
Yes, exactly.
So, Darren, you actually got a chance to try out the Saline. What did you think of it so far?
Man, you know, I got to tell you, SimBin's definitely got the sounds down. Sounds were incredible. Kind of hard to tell with the physics as the driving aids are still enabled. You know, it was easy to get on the throttle and easy to break into corners, but pretty cool. I think they're going in the right direction. Really has I was thinking about it as I was booting it up today, and I was waiting to get from screen to screen, a Gran Turismo feel.
Right.
So I got a feeling they're really trying to cater to that crowd more, and I think it's a good idea. Next up, WRC 3 is now out on all platforms, even the PS Vita, the mini PlayStation platform. And if you're in the States or Canada, or probably there's a handful of other locations, and you're not able to get it, if you have the PC, you can. Mm-hmm. Amazon, at least here in the States, has it available. You can download it. If you have the PS3 or the Xbox 360 or the PS Vita, you're going to need to try to find it overseas right now because there's nobody here in the States that's distributing it. So that one on Amazon for the PC, though, is going for about $40.
Not bad. And we will have our full review of WRC 3 coming. We're actually waiting on various final versions of the game to come in so we can actually take the final version to review point.
Yep. Well, we don't have I think we had an Xbox version, but we don't have the PS3 or the final PC version, which I'm really looking forward to. Unfortunately, I don't think it does triple screens, but at least I want to play it on that rig.
Absolutely. So that'll do it for the first half of the show. When we return, we're going to have some iRacing news. We're going to have news about our next special event when we come back.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
Tamiya's extensive lineup of radio-controlled vehicles provides hobbyists with the joy of running exact replicas of their favorite car, tank, or off-road vehicle. Another attraction of these vehicles is their use of high-grade materials, such as nylon resin, carbon fiber, and polycarbonate. With precise mechanical systems, the maintenance and adjustment of the various components, as well as performance upgrading with optional parts, allows for truly competitive racing. For more information about Tamiya, visit us at www.tamiyausa.com.
Welcome back to This Week Inside Sim Racing. Darren Ganji here with Sean Cole, and we have our next special event coming up, just like Sean mentioned before the break, and it's called the Inside Sim Racing 200 at the Rock, powered by iRacing.com, and it's taking place on November 10th at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. It'll be in the K&N National or iRacing National car. And for those of you that are new to iRacing, there's a special offer you can take advantage of. You can get a 3-month basic membership with the Nationwide or K&N car for $12 by using the promo code PR-Pastrana.
It's actually a promo code that was used because Travis Pastrana was sponsored by iRacing in that very car. Travis actually uses iRacing to help practice and prepare for his real-life racing in that car. You'll also have to purchase the Rock when it comes out, which should be out any day now. And at this point, our prize list is starting to grow. You know how our events go. It just keeps coming along week by week. We get more added to the list. And right now, right out of the gates, we've got some iRacing credits, a Grandstand wheel stand, a GT Omega racing wheel stand, a Derek Spear Track Boss button box, Inside Sim Racing bumper stickers to all the winners in all the rooms. We'll have certificates for the podium finishers and more to be added soon because that's the way we like to do it.
That's right. Practice and qualifying sessions are going to start on November 6th, and the qualifying sessions will run every hour up until the event starts. The race is going to be an official iRacing event, and that means safety rating and I rating will be in effect. It's going to be an open setup race, and hopefully we're going to have a setup to share with you guys, and so everybody can be competitive. If not, I'm sure the fixed setup's probably going to be pretty competitive.
Probably.
And just do a little tweaking to fit your style, but should be able to compete. Hey, it's going to be a long race too.
Yeah,
so
attrition will be a big factor as usual.
Yep, races are going to be split by qualifying time first and then license level. So, or iRating actually. So if you don't qualify, it's going to be based on your iRating. But Pro through C license are going to be grouped together, and then the rookies and D license drivers are going to be grouped together. So if you want to drive with the pro guys and try to be in that top split, you need to be a C license or better.
Right. And regardless of your license, to be eligible for prizes, you're going to have to do two things. Number one, you're going to have to be an iRacing member to be able to take part in the race even. And number two, you're going to have to log into our forums and register for the event. We're going to need to have your name in our forum for you to be eligible for prizes. You don't need to do that just to run in the event. You only need to be an iRacing member. But to win a prize, you're going to have to be a registered member of our forum and registered for the race.
Again, we hope to have more prizes to announce soon, and we'll tell you about it in the upcoming weeks before the race. But before we move on to the next subject, we want to talk about a little bit about the last event, or at least one guy in particular, Jesper Peterson, who I'd asked him when he won his prize, which was a GT Omega rig, hey, could you send us a picture of yourself with the rig? And he did, actually held up the certificate that he won. So he won the second split, which is actually the race that we were in. And so Here's Jesper, some pictures of his new GT Omega rig. Pretty cool pedals, man. Those are some styling looking pedals, but congratulations again, Jesper, for winning that GT Omega and winning that race, and thanks for sharing that with us. And speaking of congratulations, there's some congratulations in order. iRacing champions to announce here, both on the NASCAR side and the road racing side.
Yeah, with some serious cash on the line, actually $10,500 to each of the winners, and then some big cash for the entire top 5.
Yep.
So looking at our 2 winners, I got a question for you. They're both 2-time champions now. The big question is, which one has gone back-to-back and which one has just won 2 of the last 3 years?
Okay, well, the back-to-back champion is the NASCAR champion, Ray Alfalla, because Towler's been out of it for 2 years pretty much, so definitely wasn't him. And then on the other side, our good buddy, the old school alien, Gregor Hutu, 2 out of the last 3. Gregor pretty much wrapped that up with like 3 or 4 races to go.
Right.
So yeah, Gregor pretty much dominated that road series. So congratulations to both those guys. And congratulations to all the rest of the top finishers on both sides.
And on the road side, that would be 2nd place finisher, defending champ Hugo Louis, who ended up losing by 62 points. So that was quite a bit back to 2nd place.
Yep.
And 3rd place, you had Jake Sturgis with just a great year for Jake, and he didn't win a single race.
Nope.
He just kept getting top 10 finishes all year long.
15, as a matter of fact, to finish over Roland Enstrom, who had a great season as well. On the NASCAR side of things, you can actually view the standings by going to NASCAR.com, hover over standings until you see the iRacing.com series, which that's pretty cool.
Can you imagine having your name on the NASCAR page?
It almost makes me tempted to really focus on trying to be one of those guys, but man, it would take a lot of work.
And then you still got to get all the way up into
there. Yeah. Kudos to all those dudes that are in there, and I would love to have my name in there, but it's not happening. Anyway, Ray Alfalla had 5 wins and 12 top 5s to win his 2nd NASCAR iRacing championship in a row. He beat out a driver that we actually sponsored this year, Michael Conti, by 34 points, followed by veteran sim racer Kevin King, who is just 48 points back.
And now the real focus is on the Pro Series guys, because those are the ones fighting out for the spots of the remainder for this series for next season.
That's right.
So next up on the show, we have an update to the T500 load cell modification by John Bowden. We've installed the 15 kilogram version in our T500 pedals over the original 35 kilogram version. And we've noticed there's quite a bit of difference for sure. I mean, there's a lot of different pressure right off the bat.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest difference is that I think I can modulate, and it's really hard to tell because it's all pressure based. It's nothing I can really measure. I don't have a measuring stick or a device to measure it, so it's all, you know, how I'm feeling it. And it seems like I can modulate the pedal a little bit better because I'm assuming it takes less pressure.
Right.
The 15 kilogram load cell.
And the amount that it flexes versus the other one, by the time you get movement, it's just too much and you can't really be sensitive to it.
Exactly. So it seems like you can be a little more sensitive to, you know, with it, or modulate the pedal a little bit better. So, you know, one of our complaints was that it didn't have enough throw. Still needs a little more throw, but John's trying to think of a solution, and, you know, we'll show you some video of it. Maybe you guys can help think of a solution, but he's going to come out with this version. It's just about ready to start shipping. So when it is ready to ship and be out there to you guys, we'll let you know, probably right here on the show, and definitely let you know on our forums. So, you know, stay tuned to our forums to keep up to date. And we have a few other things just to show you guys. Sean, why don't you hold that?
Oh, I will gladly hold this.
And we don't have anything to tell you about them yet, except for that we've got them in, and we will have them on the show soon. And this is a new button box by Derek Spear Designs, and it's got a encoder switch. So basically, it's like you turn one way and it flashes buttons. I was looking at it on the button box, or on the game controllers. It flashes a button one way, so like button 1's flashed when you turn it this way, and then button 2's flashed when you turn it this way. And it's got all these buttons, so we'll tell you more about it on probably this week inside Sim Racing.
Completely different layout or shape from anything I've seen from him yet, though.
Yeah, and like this cool molded design too, or as far as the case goes. So yeah, Derek's really moving up in the world.
He definitely is.
So we'll have more about this on our next This Week Inside Sim Racing, and then this we're gonna do a standalone show on.
What is this?
That's the Monster by Sim Racing Hardware, and these guys have been making a bunch of cool different things. So this is the first thing we get to try out, our first toy.
I cannot wait to see this thing lit up. I mean, if you can't tell, this is clear Lexan, I think it is, or Plexi, and it is going to...
I'm looking, do I have a spot to mount that on my rig?
I don't think you do. I think you're out of room. You're all maxed out.
Well, with them big old 27-inch monitors, you're not going to fit it, so I think this is going on my rig.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to that one, that's for sure. I don't know if you can tell or not.
Yeah, no, this is really cool, I'm not sure, I know it has rev bars, shift light indicator, and it monitors a bunch of other stuff, maybe lap times, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, we're gonna actually show you some footage of it in action here, but really looking forward to telling you guys all about that. Like I said, we're gonna do a standalone piece on that. Also have my iRacing rookie 3-part series it's probably gonna be, so I've got that pretty much all ready to go. Anyway, that's almost done. I think I got busted. Somebody actually found me out. But you know what? The rookies aren't going to know who I am.
No.
So anyway, yeah, that'll be out pretty soon. Hopefully by sometime in November. Sooner I can get it done, the better. But hopefully it'll be out soon.
Cool. In addition to that, we just finished our review of the Game Seat RR1000. This is the racing rig that the guys behind the Race Room experience that we talked about earlier in the show, well, they also do hardware, and we've got one. We finished it, and it's just in the editing bay, so we'll have that out pretty soon.
That's right. And last few things, our broadcast calendar is starting to fill up. If you guys have a league and you want it on our broadcast calendar, send me all of your information for that league, for the schedule basically, tracks, the round number, so round 1, 2, 3, 4, the date, the time you're running in GMT, and the sim that you're using and the mod and all that stuff. We'll put it there on our broadcast calendar so then anybody can come and see your league.
And if you're a sim racing fan, go check out these broadcasts. That's why Darren's putting all this work into the calendar, is so that it's there for your entertainment. Go check these leagues out. See some of this great racing that's going on. I mean, it rivals real life racing, that's for sure.
See if you can join in on some of the leagues and be in some of those broadcasts too. That's always a lot of fun. So anyway, that's going to wrap things up for the most part. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Inside Sim Racing. You can also keep up with all our shows by adding us on Twitter at Twitter/Inside Sim Racing. So every time we add something on YouTube, it tweets.
Very
goes
cool.
over to Twitter, tweets. So you guys can get those, check those out, and I'm still trying to figure out how to comment there. I'm not a tweeter yet, so.
But it does tell you about our shows.
That's right.
So that's going to pretty much do it for today. For Darren Ganji, I'm Sean Cole. We'll see you on the track.